Hello everybody, today I'm going to be talking about how I pluck my eyebrows and my kind of like eyebrow routine. So I filmed a video like this before for you guys, but I usually get my eyebrows done by a professional. So that's what that video was about, was how I get my eyebrows done, not how you do them at home on your own, which is exactly what I'm going to tell you guys how I do it today. So today's video is not a sponsored video, but I'm part of a campaign and I'm a brand ambassador for them, and that's because I use their stuff all the time for my eyebrows, and that is Browcote. But it's what I use to kind of shape my eyebrows and tame them, and even my facial hair a little bit as well. So the straight brow that I do is pretty much arch free. It's meant to look a lot fuller, a lot thicker, and straight brows are supposed to mimic how your brows looked when you were younger. So when you look at younger kind of children and teenagers, sounds weird, they have more of a straight brow rather than that overly styled arch brow. So the straight brow gives you more of a more youthful appearance. So yeah, arch brows do open up the eyes and they give you this really stern look, but I have, you know, resting bitch face, so I like to look a little less evil, a little less frowny. And also for me, I'm not an expert at this, so the arch brow can be really, really difficult to get right. It's kind of difficult. And what I don't have time for is that whole matching up your arch and thing with your nose kind of thing. So yeah, I just find these easier to shape. So when I shape my eyebrows, I like to do it in front of a window, like I'm in front of now. That's why I'm slightly squinty, it's very bright. And with a magnifying mirror. You don't need a magnifying mirror, but it does help kind of zoom into your eyes, so you can target every single brow and even all those small brows as well. So the tools you're gonna need and that I like to use are two types of tweezers. Not a necessity, but I like to go for the kind of straight edge one, the really fine tipped ones. These are kind of like the flat head ones. I like to use both, but if you only had to have one, pointy tip ones I would say are the ones to go for. You're gonna need a little comb, whether this is your moustache comb or just a normal comb. A pair of grooming scissors, straight or curved. I would highly recommend curved. I've lost mine, so I've got straight. And you are going to need your Browcote as well. So yes, zoom in and get this going. Okay, so I start off by plucking all those annoying kind of little stray hairs. My eyebrows seem to grow halfway down my face, so I like to get rid of the majority of those, but don't worry about that too much yet. And always wipe your eyebrows well, because you'll get little stray hairs that you've already plucked that you'll think are hairs that you haven't plucked. So yeah, you'll keep trying to pluck them out. But yeah, so you see this straight line, you want to keep an eye on where that is, and we're going to pluck any hairs that come underneath that straight line. So always have a straight line mentally in your head. I like to start off by the outside, just so we get that fine tip on the end. And then again, going from the inside, double checking where that straight line is again. Lifting up your eyebrow makes it so much easier, and then just going in and plucking them all out. This is about 2 weeks worth of growth when it comes to my eyebrows, so they're not usually this bad. So there's not usually this much to pluck out, but I did this for the sake of the video pretty much. So yeah, keep plucking, keep looking at where that line is. And yeah, you just want to get that underbrow as straight as possible when you're lifting up. And then we can go back and kind of look at all those little stray hairs, the hairs that don't seem right when our eyebrows sitting naturally, and just go ahead and pluck them out. I find that the tips are easier, the tipped tweezers, just because they seem to get each brow quicker and better, whereas the flat ones can tend to rip your eyebrows in half. But yeah, just take a look at what you've just done. Then you want to grab your comb and start combing your brows up. This is going to show us all the long hairs that we want to trim with the scissors. Then get your Browcote. I like to kind of squeegee off the excess just so we have a tiny amount on the brush at this time, and go backwards in your eyebrows again to help pick up all the long hairs. All the hairs are going to be poking out of your eyebrow. Then gently with your scissors, we're going to want to just trim them away, and you could probably see why this is a lot easier if you have a curved pair of scissors, because yeah, it's weird with a flat pair. Towards the front as well, make sure you comb that back up, because that bit tends to be a lot thicker. So yeah, this will just help pick up all those stray hairs. And then I kind of pluck around the top, but not that often, mainly just get the stray hairs, and then we move on to the monobrow. So I go in a downward motion when we're right by my eyebrow to create like a definite line, if that makes sense. So I don't start plucking away my eyebrows, and then back in with a Browcote to finish up the shape of your eyebrow. And then yeah, I think I'm happy with that. And then look at this brow. This is my bad brow. This is the ugly brow. It's thin compared to the others, so I'm using Browcote to thicken it up and give me a proper eyebrow shape before I start plucking it, so I can see what hairs I actually need to remove and what hairs I need to trim. And then we're just going to repeat the whole process again. So plucking away those fine hairs, trimming all those excess hairs. And then in the middle, I use the flat tweezers just because they tend to get the stronger hairs out. I've been plucking my monobrow for years, so yeah, this gets out those thicker hairs. So yeah, there we go, there we have it. That is how I personally do my own eyebrows, shape them and groom them. As I mentioned, I prefer the straight brow over the arched. They're easier to maintain. My eyebrows grow by the day, so I think I filmed that grooming routine like 2 days ago, and I've already got a monobrow going on. So it's easier just kind of like whack out the scissors and just pluck wherever you want rather than having to think about the shape constantly all the time. So yeah, that's how I like to do them. But yeah, I hope this helped. Whether you like the straight brow or the arched brow, there are so many tutorials on YouTube for you to check out. Definitely check out Browcote, whether you pluck your eyebrows or whether you need to tame your beard or whatever a little bit more. One of my favorite things to use. Check out their Lock Your Look campaign. I'll link everything down below. Check me out in it as well. But that is it for now, guys. I'll see you next time. But there's a few reasons why I go for the straight brow over the arched brow.